And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host, Sasha, a.k.a. Tyler Perry. Why was that the first name to come to mind?
Whoa! Why would you say Tyler Perry of all things in the world? That is a really
There's actually
weird...
a guy. There's a club promoter around here who looks like exactly like Tyler Perry.
Do we celebrate Tyler Perry, or are we still in the mode where, you know, maybe Tyler Perry's kind of exploiting people? Like, where are we at with it, Tyler Perry?
It's mixed. It's mixed reviews with Tyler Perry. I think Tyler Perry. I think he kind of makes movies for like old black people. So I don't think it's.
He definitely
does. It's minstrelsy if you were born after like 1980. 1980. Like if you watch it, like if you're more than like 38 and enjoy Tyler Perry movies, you definitely have never had a forward-thinking thought.
No, you're absolutely right, because if you've seen even his sitcoms, they're really god awful. But jumping off of that note, it is your boy Christian, aka Medea. It's your boy Green Ranger, bro. Because you know what, the Green Ranger we really talked about it, and then I was thinking about like him playing with that flute, Sasha, and that was probably the most hardback thing in the entire world. I remember whistling that because I was like, you know, not every kid could whistle, right? When you were like young, and I could like, oh, Dragon Sword's coming out. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
That's an ear biscuit for the people.
Oh yeah, OD, man. Oh man, I was Tommy. I wanted to be him in every way.
Seriously?
I was my fifth birthday. I had my parents threw me a big fifth birthday party in like a hall, and my cake was like, it was a Tommy as the Green Ranger kicking down. It was hard. I am Joey.
That's actually really sick.
Meat Treasure, aka Thriller from the 3. Yeah, man.
From the 3.
Like from the 3. I had the white Power Ranger gloves. I had red Power Ranger gloves.
What?
I didn't get green ones.
I had the red Power Ranger gloves. Hold on, the ones that made sounds like when you move them.
Yeah, and I lost them. Like I got them for my birthday that one night, and I woke up the next day, and they were fucking gone. Yeah,
but I
ended up getting white ones, and then I got the saber. Oh, good times, man! I love
the saber was so cool. Like, okay, first off, I didn't enjoy the watching Power Rangers and seeing the saber talk. I was really okay with him never speaking. I just didn't understand why they had to make him so
Why was he
goofy.
like a tiny British man?
Yeah,
I was like Mr. Bean.
I really don't remember anything how he sounded, but I knew it was jarring. Like I would be like, what?
He sounded like a butler.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm watching like space aliens fight like teenagers with attitude, but do I need the saber to sound like some quippy like asshole? I don't, because you know the dagger didn't talk. Like, why was that the only thing that had to talk? Like I didn't get it. And
yeah, that was random.
That's my only complaint, though. That's my only complaint. You know what's the other thing I'll say, though? How did Tommy come in and swoop on Jason's girl? Like, was he ever Jason? Was Kimberly ever Jason's girl? But
nah,
right? Okay.
No, he definitely wanted to fuck.
He did, right? Like there was some kind of unrequited romance.
I didn't like the White Ranger. I had White Ranger toys and shit, but like, I was all about that Green Ranger, bro. That Green Ranger was a hardback nigga, bro. You know what? All right, you know what?
You're not loyal for that.
Green Ranger.
You're not loyal for that.
Nah, because the Green Ranger was evil. I've been evil for all my life, bro. All my life.
I was loyal to Tommy, right or wrong. Whatever he was, whatever he became.
I was only loyal to villainy, nigga. That's it.
Can we talk about how fresh he was for the 90s? Like that undercut he had? Like for no reason with the ponytail, like we were like, ponytail? Oh, what is he doing?
Yeah, man.
And he was killing it. Jason David Frank grew up to be a very cringy person, but for that time, he was
he had 3
really
names,
amazing.
You know?
Jason David Frank, KDF.
Who the fuck am I? Am I Jason David?
He's a fantastic internet personality, and I enjoyed watching him get his ass whooped a few times, because I think he has like a terrible like fight record. I think it's like something like 1-10 or something like that, just completely obliterated in MMA. So that's fun.
I mean,
who doesn't like seeing their heroes get beat up?
I can't really slight him for that, because like I don't think I would fare that well in MMA. So like if you thought you was gonna fare well in MMA because you did karate in the '90s, I mean, that's pretty good for a karate guy from the '90s. I feel like he probably hasn't done a ton of actual MMA fighting. He just decided to do that shit one day, and because he's the Green Ranger, they let him.
They totally let him just off of that
not
clout.
the white.
You know what? You can say whatever you want, but still, the White Ranger had that drip. Can we talk about that?
You know
the
what?
White
Nah,
and gold?
the drip was dumb, bro. White and gold. It was the white and gold lion.
The black with the black just like hitting off, and he just came in with the suit.
Bro, tribe of
smacking
Judah.
people. And then
killing
he just
shit.
why did he have the fucking, like, he'd have the saber, he was like, white tiger, like, you know, he's holding the saber really wrong, like
Tiger,
you're not
yeah.
supposed to hold it.
Yeah, he was holding it like
Did it have
like
lasers?
it was weird. No, I don't.
Yeah. Did it have
Listen,
lasers?
listen,
I don't
listen.
know.
I
The
think the
Green
nigga had eyes
Ranger-
with lasers.
First of all, the Green Ranger, they nerfed him when he became the White Ranger, because there's an episode with the Green Ranger's like intro where he beats the shit out of all the Rangers at the same time effortlessly. I don't even remember, like, they don't even beat him. He just turns to the White Ranger, but he's never as strong as when he had the power of evil. That's one. And two,
I'm a piece of shit.
Listen, why?
Go ahead, Bug. Because I gotta correct myself on the air whenever you're ready.
Listen, he had a dagger that doubled as a flute that sounded like a fucking keytar, my nigga. Like, you can't only evil could do that. Only evil could do how you blow into it and it's synth.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know, and I don't know how it summoned this ancient dragon that had been sitting underneath rock and sediment for presumably thousands of years, right?
Yeah, millennia,
right? Like, you know, it's probably was there before Christ. You know, if we're being honest, like, can you imagine like how different the Bible would be if, like, all of a sudden the Power Rangers showed up and they had to like thwart Rita Repulsa or you know, a good old Lord Zed? I think Jesus wouldn't have ever been a Vocus. They would have been like, you know, Tommy is definitely the savior of our people. He kind of looks.
It's funny you bring that up because,
well, no, Tommy would have been Satan because he was created evil. Rita created.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny you bring this up.
She got a
because you guys know I don't really subscribe to a belief of like a Christian God, right? And then when I say this to people, they're like, then why is there a God or gods in like every culture? I was like, did you know there's also dragons in every culture? Are they real? There's dragons in African mythology, Chinese,
probably
Greek.
Real. Honestly,
they're probably real. Let's be honest, right? Like let's be 10,000% honest.
I mean, dinosaurs,
real.
bro. Dinosaurs.
Yo,
like,
listen. It don't gotta be any
very close.
It could have been a Komodo dragon. A Komodo dragon is a dragon, if you ask me. Them things are fucking huge, and they can eat people whole. They don't breathe fire.
But see, the discrepancy is that they can usually, in all the mythologies, they can always fly.
Yeah,
most breathe fire. I think in African mythology, there's like a sea dragon kind of thing that doesn't breathe fire. It breathes like water. But yeah, so
I mean,
our dragons
sports water. It's Gyarados. It's definitely Gyarados.
Definitely
it's Gyarados. No, man. So I have to correct myself on air. Apparently, Jason David Frank does have a 0 loss record. I had no idea.
Okay, Tommy.
My man had 4 wins, two knockouts, and 2 submissions. So,
what weight class?
He was 215 pounds. So let's see. Was he in the late
he's a heavy boy? He must be tall.
He been trained. So I find conflicting reports. So this just tells you what it is, right? Depending on who's writing it. So I find 5'10", and then on his wiki, which anybody can edit, it's 6 feet 0.5 inches. And you know, somebody had to like that was him. Like, he went into his own wiki. Like,
I would definitely go into my own wiki, and I would make up dumb shit about myself.
Well, okay, fair game.
Also, are you allowed to go in your own wiki? Like, can you access your own Wikipedia?
Yeah, why not?
I've never put anything on Wikipedia, and I know, like, when it was first came out, it was a free for all. But like, I know there's you know, kind of a method to it now, but people can still upload, but I don't know how they do it. But like, I feel like it'd be illegal to like go on your own wiki.
I don't think it is. You know what we can do is, I think part of our homework is possibly getting either the National Meat Treasure a Wikipedia or get you one, Sasha, because you know we can can talk about your sagas. We can talk about, when you fought 15 men at once and finished them
Scene
off
saga
in your mouth. No,
Oh my god! Could you imagine me just
uh,
swallowing semen,
oh, no. Let's not.
just guzzling people, bro?
Listen,
Just
I
sucking
can't.
down the boys.
sucking
Don't
down
like
the
it.
boys.
No,
I feel like
okay.
at some point or another,
boys.
I'm probably going to.
You don't got to do it.
I'll probably
You
have
don't gotta
sex
do
with a
it.
man at some point.
There we go.
You think
had
so?
to
Just
do it.
one though. I don't.
Just
Well, I
one?
mean, gay dudes like. There was a dude at the gym today, so I've been going. I usually go to the gym at 4 a.m, and now I'm experimenting with going after work at 5 because I really don't like. I was going to the gym in the morning because I wanted to do shit after work, but the only thing I do after work for real is like make podcast clips, and like sometimes
Right.
the podcast. Let me tell you something about me. If I put out one clip, that's only because there's one. Like I will watch these episodes 3 times, and there'll be times where like I'm saying nigga too much, and we talk over each other, or I mean, like if I put out as many clips as I possibly can to make 30 seconds. So like sometimes like I'll go through an episode 3 times, right? And it's Wednesday, and I'm like, damn, like. like I really don't have shit to do after work. So I'm like, all right, I'll just start going to the gym after work. And it's not as crowded for some reason at 5. It's way more crowded at 4 a.m. But like there's a guy there today, and it was a white guy, which is like very strange for my gym, not very typical. But this guy was like, so he's like, I think he's gay because first of all, he's vascular as shit. Like he has veins in his calves. You know how hard it is to get veins in your calves? Like
That's
the front,
crazy.
like in your shins.
Ew.
That's insane low body fat.
Is he okay?
But then he's doing like the stiff legged dumbbell deadlifts, and he's got the dumbbells, he's bending over, he's looking at himself, but he's like kind of thrusting at the top of the movement. Like you're not even supposed to thrust because that hurts but he's like kind of thrusting and looking at himself and then looking at me and looking at himself in the mirror, and I'm just like, this nigga wants to fuck me. And then I'm like, maybe he's not gay, but then he did like the flamboyant walk, and I was like, oh, this nigga wants to fuck the kid. All right, I see you. So yeah, if he wanted to suck my dick, I mean, I'd let him because he's white, reparations. But
he was probably letting you know he could throw it back. Really, at the end of the day,
if I was gonna fuck a man, it would have to be a black man, I think.
Would it? Okay, all right.
Because I mean, I've had sex with white women. It leaves much to be desired.
I'm sure there's lots of what was it? Offers? Yeah, I mean, we get offers on the YouTube when you.
I'm trying to think because the things I like about women are they're soft and they're feminine. Like I like chubby, thick girls with big butts and big thighs, and you really don't get that with men, right? So like I can't really picture myself fucking a man, but like, yeah, no, I couldn't do it. I would definitely let a nigga suck me off though, but like I can't fuck a dude. Like they don't have the softness of women, bro. They don't have it. And if you're a fat dude, like then you're just a fat dude. We're body positive on this space, but I'm just talking about.
I get you. Preference.
Niggas I would hypothetically fuck.
Hypothetically, look, this podcast.
Like I'm just trying to think of like a man. Like I'm just trying to think of a man
Joey's
that I would be
yogurt.
like, yeah, I'm going to clap this shit.
Oh, ice cream, even better. I would
get your calories in.
I feel it.
I'm just trying to think of like a man I would fuck though. Like I can't really picture myself doing that.
You don't have to force that on yourself. You don't have to. If you don't,
I mean, I get around, bro. Like, you never know. Like, I'm only 35, so you figure you figure like this, right? The average age of death is like 72. I'll probably make it to like 65, so I got a solid 30 years left. I can't say with my full chest that I won't fuck a dude in that time, but right now I can't picture that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A pansexual might romance me, you know.
Wow, that would be powerful. What if you had like the you know what? I think I got the perfect person to kind of melt that in. So y'all know how much I love wrestling, right? There actually is somebody in professional wrestling that is almost exactly what I think you would, just based upon the image you've painted. And his name is Sonny Kiss. Sonny Kiss is a really athletic person and almost like a modern day Goldust with more speed, if that makes sense, right?
I almost got Goldust tattooed on me. Oh yeah, I think
doesn't.
Sunny Kiss might get it. I'm googling Sunny Kiss.
Yes. He is, I think, married to a white man though. That is always the funniest part about it. But yeah, Sunny Kiss. Even when you know what it is, people feel massively uncomfortable with him because they start to kind of like confront their own sexuality when they see him move, right? Because he's doing obviously very, sexy maneuvers as he does these moves, and he's got an ass, and you just go, "Whoa, am I enjoying this man's athleticism, or am I
into this?
thinking about jerking off
wait.
to him?"
I just love that you said people as opposed to like just you. Like don't put it on the people. That's all you and you alone.
I'm describing how people's no, because you know what it is. Like realistically talking, when we talk about any kind of athletic sport, when you have somebody who's that like upfront about who they are on screen, it makes people mad. And there are a lot of people that are detractors of this young person who actually is a really great wrestler, but because he makes people feel uncomfortable for a second, it's always in front of the conversation versus like, wow, Sunny Kiss just did this amazing fucking match and we gotta like book him to the moon. It's just it's different. It's
all I'm saying is, and again, I know a lot of people who watch wrestling, and I've never heard of this person. I don't know their pronouns, so I won't presume. But I've heard about a lot of wrestlers, and you're the only one who's like, yeah, this person makes me want to jerk off. So, like I said, don't put it on the people. I've been like, so I don't watch wrestling anymore, but like,
I'm not denying that.
I don't watch. This actually looks like somebody you would fuck. I feel like this is the man. This is definitely the man or the. Wait, hold on a second. Can you say man if their pronouns? Because sex and gender are different. But is the word man, like man and woman, is sex, not gender, right? If you had if somebody in the audience answer this, but if you said, I'm probably gonna make a TikTok about this. I forget so I can get informed. This is not like me being a dickhead. Like I really want to be informed. If somebody's pronouns are she, her, but their sex is male, and you say like she is a man, is that improper to say?
Yeah, you know what? I think that depends on the person. And I think one thing that we can all take away is sometimes you just got to ask. So let's just do that in the most respectful possible way. I don't know how to, but yeah, I'm Sunny Kiss, man. Yeah, this is
because like it sounds disrespectful when you say it. If you say she is a man, that sounds disrespectful. But if you say she was born male or she was assigned male at birth, that's the term.
You know what's
I don't know. We gotta ask somebody. We gotta come on the pod. We need some trans people on the pod. We need some trans, some queers. Especially it's Pride Month. We didn't reach out to anybody queer to be on the show. We actually haven't reached out to anyone to be on the show. I feel like we're due for a guest. I feel like we have like a guest like every 6 months. I don't know who though.
Yeah. We can definitely reach out. I think that's something that we kind of realized that we needed to slow down with the guest. Beyond the fact that we concentrate on ourselves, focus on the relationship again, reconnect. That's what we did. I feel like we've got it back, so we can definitely start reaching out to people. Hey, Sunny Kiss, you want to be on this podcast? It's reach out. That would be actually really fun. Maybe we could get Nick somehow like tied in CPA. Hook us up because that would be actually pretty tight.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So wrestling actually has a very weird history, especially when it comes to drag or I guess just men dressing effeminately. There's actually in Mexico a whole troupe called Exóticos. It's basically men who are in drag and wrestling very feminine, and so it's always like this weird like ground that they're kind of on where it's like, yeah, look at us, we've always done this kind of stuff, but it's also because the gag is like he might kiss like the other wrestler during the match. So it's like, oh, how could you like make out with me for a second? Damn. It's just that's just weird offense
for a second.
Like that's weird offense, right?
How could you make out with me for a second?
Yeah, it's definitely the title. But I mean, it's like that's weird offense, right? Like as someone who's wrestling in a certain manner, like I'm watching Sonny Kiss drop his ass on somebody with a split. Like there's something to it, and yeah, this dude's awesome. Like just kip ups, the whole thing, everything you can imagine, but with like the biggest, baddest attitude. Love it. Even the slap. God damn it, they're fucking cool. Listen, I love
You're
wrestling.
horny
I
as
like
shit
it in
right
all
now,
types.
aren't you?
I'm a little bit bricked up, as you would say. Fuck, what is in my ear? But how are you guys feeling? You know, I'm coming up on a real vacation next week, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, are we going to reschedule the episode, or is it just the weekend?
No, it's the back half of the week. Actually, Tuesday I'll be good. So everything will be okay. Yeah, no, we're going to Wildwood, so it's about like 4 hours away. We're gonna stay at a hotel for a few days, just relax and kind of do a few things. Unfortunately, though, it looks like it's gonna fucking rain like a good portion of the fucking trip, which always fucking sucks dick. But hopefully, it is not that bad, and I get to semi enjoy some good old family fun, if you will, gambling, because that's what we're gonna do. Hey, babies, sit outside, right in this little rope area. I don't know. Have you guys
there should be a law
as an underage person? As a minor?
Not as a minor. I've never been as a minor.
Wait, no. Explain the question, because like do you think people go to casinos as minors? Was that your growing up?
That does happen, right? So it's happened to me. Like we were in California, and there was a particular place, and you had to be 21 to enter the gambling area, but there was just like one little fenced off place that didn't technically have any kind of gambling spots, and that's where the kids would essentially hang out, because my parents would didn't want to be with us, be like, hey, stay over here, stop fucking following me, and then they go, bet possibly the rent away. I don't know, man. Dark thoughts.
And how old were you at this point?
I'm going to say 12, 13.
I did not step foot in a casino till I was maybe 24, 25.
Same.
No,
I don't have disposable income, nigga.
Right.
I didn't gamble in the casino. I just drank and smoked cigarettes inside.
Yeah. So but that's the other part, right? It's because the rest of this, like in most casinos, a lot of the drinks are just part of you being there. You can get, especially if you're playing a game. So I think that's why my parents were hanging out so much there, because they were just getting free drinks as they were playing like slots, and they were just getting fucked up and like not wanting to have us around for a little bit. So I get it. Is that
a thing they give you? Is that like an all casinos thing? They give you free drinks when you're playing?
A lot of casinos, yeah.
The women, mostly women. I believe mostly women, because it's like their casinos, and that's kind of the point. They're old.
No, anyway, men will get free drinks.
Yeah, they'll be waiters.
It's just part of you playing games, playing the game.
Like the ones who walk around with the drinks and shit, and they'll just be like, "Hey, do you want a drink?" And they'll bring you one.
They'll take your order. They'll bring you off. Oh, okay, you want a vodka? Yeah, exactly. It's just part of the experience.
You know what? There's no way they do that at the casino by me. So there's a casino literally 2 minutes walking by me.
Detroit,
but it's also
maybe not. I don't think I don't think Detroit and free liquor like would mix really quickly.
Oh, dude. So the Greektown Casino is right there, and Greektown is, especially in the summer, one of the most ratchet places I've ever experienced in my life. And you guys have heard my stories
Greektown for it.
Yes. I don't know why it's called Greektown, honestly, because there's Mexican Town, which is strictly Hispanic. Dearborn's like 90% Middle Eastern. And Greektown, it doesn't really, the businesses are Greek. The people are not. Like you will not see a white person.
That's why it's called Greek. Yeah.
Like there's a Barduzzo's like strip club, but
Apostolos, and Chrysanopoulos and the titty bar. Like that would be wow. Can you imagine getting a gyro and watching some ass shaking? I think that's a good idea. I think we just
You know
found
what's funny?
our next business.
I was actually invited to a strip club lunch at work the other day. They
God
were like, "Yo,
damn.
let's go to Legends next Thursday." And I have heard Legends food is great, but also it's like a lot of skinny white girl clientele. I feel like it's gonna fuck up my lunch. But
It
I've
might
heard
not.
like this is wait, hold on. Let me ask you: are you a good strip club or a bad strip club? If I bring it up and everyone talks about the food,
You're a good
because
strip
several
club
people
if you
have
got good
said.
food. You
Because
listen
several people have said it's the food, the food, the food. No one. The only time I've ever heard about the women is I was working a shift in security, and one of the security guards goes like, "This is like 2 a.m. One of the security guards goes to the other one. He's like, "Yo, we should go to Legends right now." And the other one goes, "Nigga, I'm not trying to see no skinny white girls right now. We're going to Pantheon."
Mm.
And Pantheon is
See,
a way
okay.
further drive, but it is black from what I
you
hear.
think about places like Magic City where they got wings like that are like it's famous coming out of that club, or like come on, like yeah, I think legendary food does equal legendary experience because you get like a nice steak. You remember when we went to that club in the Hudson Valley, Joey? And for some reason we all started eating steak for no reason. I was like, what the
Yes,
fuck is everybody doing?
I
Like,
do.
why are we spending way too much money like pretending we want to eat steak in the strip club?
That
Like,
ass.
we could have ate like Wendy's on the way and then blow the
Should have.
rest of it. Yeah, bro,
Should have.
because that bill was dumb. And that's the real lesson about buying food at a strip club. It's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be
So eat before
crazy.
you go to the strip club.
Speaking of
Get
eating,
Full
McDonald's
belly, don't
before you
make
go to the
bad
strip club.
decisions.
Speaking of eating, so I noticed something recently. So we all know grocery prices are rising, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
But something I noticed recently is that eating out has not necessarily risen in the same way because a lot of people come places for the prices. So right now, I don't know if this is not going to continue. This is not going to last long. But go eat out and do not feel guilty because groceries are skyrocketing and the restaurants are not. You're like
They
that's
are.
so I'll get no.
A
I'll
lot
give
of
an example.
places are raising prices.
Some places are for sure rising, but like for example, right? I went to this place. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it, but it was so good. It's like a stupid name, like American something. I don't know, but it was in Dearborn, and somebody recommended me to go there for brunch. I went there, bro. I paid $28, and the portions were so large. This basically equaled out to 4 meals. I got waffles, a Greek
Damn.
omelet with like hash browns and toast, and coffee. $28 plus tip. This was 4 meals worth of food. This was massive waffles, massive omelet, 3 eggs. The toast was thick. It was thick rye. I've never seen thick
You're one
rye.
person though.
And,
It doesn't sound crazy, $28, but you're one person. Like if you
yeah,
multiply that,
$28. But I'm
easily-
saying all I ate was the omelet because obviously you can't reheat eggs. So I ate the omelet and I ate the two stack of Belgian waffles and I ate like one of the corners of both stacks. And that was it. I was full to the brim, my nigga, and 2 cups of coffee, full and
Yeah.
2 cups of water, full to the brim. Now, groceries are notably rising, and groceries can notably rise because we're not gonna not go grocery shopping. But some of these these food places, they're like, we can't really up our prices because we only have but so many people who come here, and they'll stay the fuck home if we raise our prices too high. Like for example, chicken breast. Chicken breast was $1.99 a fucking pound last year. It is $3.29 a pound. Go on Domino's.com, nigga. There's not doubling the price of pizza. So right now, and again, this won't last long. But if you want to, if you're listening to this and you were thinking, oh, I want to order pizza, I want to go out to eat, do it because this is like the last time you're gonna not be able to feel guilty about it. $28, well, yeah, it was just me, but like I said, this was 4 meals worth of food. I count calories and eat a lot. This had me, and to be perfectly honest, that shit had me full the entire day, but I just kept drinking protein shakes because I was just like, trying to hit my protein goals. But I was full as fuck off the one Greek omelet and a corner of waffles. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are out there, this is the night to take yourself out to eat. Now, obviously, some places are rising. You have to like pay attention, but like, if your local diner that you've been going to for 3 years, go online, look at the menu, you will see the prices have not rised or have not like at least not have doubled like chicken breast or fucking mangoes have recently. Chicken specifically,
Wow.
chicken and beef are rising, but chicken is rising
there.
faster than beef.
The beef
so
is
also,
up.
I will say this: if you are like, oh, I don't know if I should eat that steak tonight,
Chicken is
eat that
flying.
New York strip tonight, my G, because
Oh,
it
God.
is New York strip right now is well, I got it from like the store downstairs, which is more expensive because it's literally right downstairs from like a luxury quote unquote apartment building. So it was $8.99 a pound. But I mean, $8.99 a pound for steak versus $3.29 a pound for dry, bland ass chicken breasts. Get yourself some steak, my friend. Make it happen for yourself.
Listen, there's so many videos out there now too, where you can watch like Michelin star chefs teach you how to cook a steak at home, and it works. You follow the process, you stick it through, you're gonna enjoy yourself. Like I say, from the National Meat Treasure, get that meat. This is a good point. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Yo,
Yes,
we had a
hit the bell.
spike.
Please rate us. We haven't gotten a rate in a little bit. We're getting a spike in followers. We haven't gotten a rate on anything in a little bit. So rate us on Spotify. Rate us on Apple. Spotify, Apple. Rate it. Leave a little comment.
Say what's up.
Also, you know, while we're promoing shit, I recorded yesterday on an episode of one of our sister podcasts that I have mentioned before, Black Splaining Podcast. I think that drops at some point this week. I don't know when, but stay tuned for that. Check into her shit. We had a great conversation about R&B, the BET Awards, an hour and 10 minutes of juicy shit.
Hold on, BET Awards. What era are we talking about?
Yeah, the BET Awards was this week.
Oh yeah,
was it this week? Damn.
Yeah, you'll see some memes.
The BET Awards.
I didn't know what was
like
happening until
crazy.
I got on TikTok and saw like clips of other people's performances. There was I don't want to talk about it here because I already talked about it on another podcast and I don't want to crossbreed.
Yeah.
I will say this:
we don't want to crossbreed.
Please check out Doechii, the rapper Doechii. She is up fucking next. And nobody talks about her, but she just performed at the BET Awards, and her performance was pretty cool.
Speaking of breeding, sorry, Joe.
It's okay.
Speaking of breeding, I just came.
I was just
jerking off to Sunny Kiss this whole time.
Speaking of breeding, if we're being honest, breeding is canceled. You motherfuckers canceled it. Why? Like you could have left it well enough, and now like that's the only thing I get out of the sex industry is women just saying cream pies are over. Unless like that is first off, just showing you like how nihilistic our society is. Like cream pies are canceled. No more. Like I was that in a not funny time. That was probably the best joke.
Dude, I wanted to avoid this topic because I like to keep it lighthearted on here, but that Roe v. Wade shit, it truly broke my fucking heart, dude. Like and I've been listening to all these podcasts with obviously like smarter people than me, like Van Lathan and whatnot, and like the way he was talking about it, he was like, listen, like this is the beginning. Like there's really going to be people arrested for trying to get abortions. Mm-hmm. There's really going to be like doctors arrested. They've you know what I mean? And like, I know it's a state by state, Roe v. Wade just means like it's a state by state basis. It's still legal right now in Michigan, but like this is I'm so sick of being a part of like historical events, my nigga. Like I really am so sick of being a part of history. Like 9/11 was chill. As a New Yorker who experienced 9/11, 9/11 wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on. Okay, why you got to add wholesome good take with a terrible take? Hold on.
Damn,
okay, how do you like that? Is the worst take I've ever heard. 9/11 wasn't that bad, bro. Buildings fell and people were running for their lives. Do you remember? Listen,
okay, but here's the thing.
Way too dark.
At this point, I'm 14 years old. I'm just in high school. All I gave a shit about was high school. You know, my aunt got trampled a little bit, got a little sprain on her elbow.
Jesus.
That was the impact of 9/11 for me at the time. You know what I mean? I wasn't paying bills. Like that's all I cared about. Like, you know what I mean? Like aunt got a little trampled. There was some new shit. Some teachers were whispering about some shit. That was really the long and short of my 9/11 experience. There were some
They
very
put that shit on
anti-Islamic
the
jokes
TV.
going around.
They put that shit right on the TV. They're like, children, a plane has hit the World Trade Center. And then they just like put it on the TV while we just nervously shaked in corners. Like, we're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody
They
like
play
freaking
it
out?
like, at your school on TV?
Bro, I was in my science class and I can remember this clear as motherfucking day. They literally brought in the TV. They had it hooked up to, fucking rabbit ears, turned on, what I think it was WB11, channel 11 at the time. And then you're just seeing the whole thing like live. Like, this is, we heard this as the first one got hit, not collapse. So we saw the whole fucking thing.
You had a luxury school.
Yeah, we were like a magnet school. I went to a school that instantly got bad as I got there, and I think that's part of my backstory is that everywhere I go, it just starts to degrade immediately.
So just so my brain is caught up, you were 14, right? Freshman year of high school?
Yeah. I actually,
yeah.
I don't know if this happened to you, but so I went to a particular part. A junior high school that actually had 9th grade. So I was still in 9th grade in my junior high school because they gave you the opportunity to kind of enter into, get over that awkward freshman hump that happens for no fucking reason in your 4 years. And you just get kind of plugged in. So I was in that space, and that space was a magnet school at the time. And for those who don't know what a magnet school, it's basically a school where they designate that there's either some kind of gifted or some kind of like students that are doing quite well or specialized in some way, that they allocate a lot of funds for them, and so they get better stings. So that's was the fucked up way of how, I'm sure it still runs like that. We need a teacher on this. That's I enjoy those teacher podcasts. I like hearing all the crazy shit they do personally. But
I need some new podcast recommendations. But for me, 9/11, I was 14 entering high school. So I was during that weird freshman in high school phase. And for me, it was, I'm just trying to like get my heels digged into being in high school. And I remember being in a history class, and I remember thinking like, oh damn, this is high school, because like they were like really giving out like a lot of work that like junior high did not kind of provide. Yeah, like this was like, a lot for me. So then I remember this teacher giving out all these assignments, and another teacher came in, like whispered in her ear, like, "Yo, the towers have fallen." So for me, they didn't play it on the school or anything. It was just like whispers throughout the school the entire day. But I'm still dealing with being 14. So I'm being 14. I'm hearing these whispers. Then I went to my boy Igor's house. Shout out to my buddy Igor. We watched like the news about it at his crib. And then I came home, and my mom didn't really talk to me about shit. So, like, we didn't talk about it. But, like, that was my 9/11 pretty much. Like, that was it. And then there was, like, a lot of very Islamophobic stand-up comedy after that on Comedy Central. And that was pretty much my 9/11 experience.
It was everywhere. So I went to I went to a school that in the area, there's quite a bit of diversity, especially when we're talking about Southeast Asian people, like Pakistani or Indian, or folks that are Sikh, and so there was a lot of different people that had turbans and kufis and would wear all kinds of things, and the brown phobia was off the charts. Like it was like it did not matter if the guy was fresh from India and like or they were from Pakistan or they were from Afghanistan. Everyone got the smoke. Like everybody for some reason just lit up, and I was vehemently against it. This is not like to make myself sound cool at all, because this is not a cool thing. Nobody wants to be in this situation, but I felt like I needed to, because I was a stockier person, to stand in front of those people. Like my friends were like Nadir, Jabed, those were my best friends growing up. Like, and they were going through situations where, people were like not just picking on them, they wanted to jump them. Like I think we've talked about this on the podcast, how like New York City public high schools are like so much more
Diversity?
different. just like it's like real violence, right? Like, you know, people are like not just doing like, you know, cutesy little jokes. You know, I've never seen anybody get a swirly in my entire life, but do I want to see it? Yes, because that would be way better than someone heating up batteries and trying to split people's heads open just as a joke. That's the people inside the school, not including the people that are outside the school that are trying to kill you somehow. You know, so like, I don't know, man. So these kids were getting chased, jumped, fucking beat. I don't know, man. That was a really fucking weird time, really tough time to be an American. And this is one of those times as well, you know, where it's tough to kind of say, I think we go, well, I went through the phase where I was pretty proud of where I lived, you know, like as far as like not just like New York City, you know, but like, you know, just in a whole, right? Because realizing that like my parents had come from a place that was really tough to live, and things had gotten so bad for them and, you know, their family, that they had to kind of start anew. And, you know, they kind of gave us this opportunity, and I was taking advantage of the opportunity, right? Like there was like times that it was like falling in my lap, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, you know, I get to run with it. And I think I was proud of it. But this is one of those moments where you're like, you just look at it and you really don't understand. I don't understand how, beyond the fact that, you know, administrations could have codified it, you know, fucking probably a decade sooner. You know, if not getting too serious, it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing. Like, I think the fact that we've criminalized it just shows that we have, this administration, this nation has a plan to just destroy women, and especially more than anything, Black women. And just because Black and brown women are disproportionately affected by these kind of things, because, you know, they live in cities or they don't have cars now to get out to these safe places that are probably, you know, 300-400 miles. There's a lot of stuff and resources out there, and if I'll ever share one thing is, you know, definitely pay attention to the apps that you're downloading. Definitely pay attention to where your phone is turned on. There's a lot of professionals out there. Go speak to, if you do have a plan, make sure you have a plan with the facility you're going to. That's the only thing I'll ever share on it.
Well,
and I'm done.
I will say this about the period tracker app thing. That's a signal boost. So there's multiple period tracker apps, and I don't know which one you use if you are a woman. I know this is like 80% men listening to this, but if you are
it's
a
gotten
woman,
better, actually. It's like 48% now women. So you're out there. Thank you, ladies. Yeah,
wait, is it 48% women?
On Spotify, on Apple,
Oh,
like
okay.
our
So I
podcast
look at YouTube. YouTube is mostly men. YouTube is like 89% men.
That's because shorts are just designated in a certain way to men, and I think men are using YouTube more, just in general. That's just my opinion. I don't know, but no, the women got those beauty blogs. I'm fucking wrong. So,
but I will say this. So, I obviously there's multiple period tracker apps, and the what's going on right now is basically they are saying that they're going to use that data to like criminalize if. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. A lot of those period tracker apps, or some of them, are not based in the US. So
yeah,
I would, if you have
absolutely.
a period tracker app and you don't want to like not use it, obviously, because you don't want to fuck when you're ovulating, I would like look up the app you use and like search their Twitter. A lot of these apps are based in like Greece or Europe and stuff like that. So they have already tweeted like, yo, we are not American. Like, we're not an American establishment. Like, we don't subscribe to that shit. Your data is protected. So, I mean, like I said, I know this is a funny podcast, but like, just check where you're, just like whatever period tracker app you use, look up their Twitter or look them up as a company. If they are based in America, maybe switch apps. I know it's kind of, because a lot of like, I've been with women who are like, nah, I'm not coming over on the 7th because I'm ovulating and I'm not trying to be on birth control. So like, you know what I mean? A lot of the women don't want to give that up. So like, get you the foreign apps if you must. And And
Get
yeah,
a
like
VPN.
the National Meat Treasure is a feminist podcast. I know it may not seem like that at times, but we are men and we are learning, we are growing. We're just a bunch of stupid cis brown guys, you know?
Yeah, that's really what it is at the end of the day, is that we're learning along with everybody else, but there's things that we're gonna hope that the world would have better sense on, but at the end of the day, like we said, the resources are out there. You make sure you reach out to the actual facility more than anything. That's the one thing I do
know,
here, because it's wild that we can fucking do that. There's even a plan for that. Like, that's fucking wild, bro. Like, fuck that.
Well, it's the white agenda.
Liberties?
I mean, it's the white agenda. This has already been said. Yeah. There's a book about it. So there was an advisor to, I think it was an advisor to Reagan, maybe either Reagan or the president before Reagan. I can't remember, but basically he had a book, and in like the prologue of the book, he states that like there is a white agenda to keep up white numbers. And the thing about abortion is that obviously white women have more access, so they're going to have more abortions. So in their mind, if they criminalize abortion, white women will get it less, therefore white numbers will skyrocket. Which, you know what I hate? And I was saying, I know this is, I don't want to get like too serious, but actually, fuck it, I hate white people. We know this on here, but you know what I hate? This is my brand. You know what I hate about like the white American thing? Here's the thing, right? Imperialism has ravaged so many brown places. Christianity has ravaged so many brown places. Nigeria, you know what I mean? Like, so like, there's people who are queer, who are trans, who cannot go back to their homeland because they will be. There's places you can beat the shit out of a gay person for legally. Like, the cops will fuck you up.
Turkey.
Even in Armenia, Armenia,
Turkey's one of those places.
But the thing about being white is that, like, there are so many progressive, forward-thinking, completely white places in the world you can go and be yourself. And if these white Americans would detach themselves from the American idea and do a little fucking, a little 23andMe and say, oh shit, I'm 47% Swedish, I'm gonna check out Sweden that has millions of years of culture, unlike America, who only has our little 300, not even 300.
Yeah.
But if they say, oh shit, I'm 43% through Sweden, I'm 29% German, I'm 70% Norway, they can leave and go and be in a place that they are connected to ancestrally and still be gay and still be queer and still be trans and still be whatever the fuck they want to be, and like live their existence. But there's people like, you can't go to like Nigeria as a gay person. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of people who like want to live in this forward thinking progressive place, and they just aren't that, and they aren't getting that as a brown or black person. And like you like, how was Mexico? How was Colombia on that kind of thing? On like being,
I think they actually legalized abortions. I know they legalized same-sex marriages quite recently, and it was a big, kind of championing effort. So, I mean,
see, that's again, it's like recent. You know what I mean? Like, it's recent. They legalized same-sex marriage. It wasn't like 1806, like some of these like first world nations.
You're right.
And it's just so stupid that like these conservatives, they try to because America is just an idea, right? It's really just an idea for people who come here, people who have lineage here. It's literally just an idea. It's such a young fucking country, and like I know the white people here, like they're mostly like mutts, but like I've heard 3 different podcasts this week about Italy, and they were just talking about how the way of life in Italy, where these are old nations, right? They're not young like America. There isn't this like capitalist grind. Like, you get like people work like 4 hours a day. They nap, they make wine. Like, they're relaxed. They're not worried about the hustle and the grind and getting the mansion, because they don't even have the mansion out there. They don't want the mansion. They just want the little house on the hill where they can fucking have a little vineyard. You know what I mean? And it's like, you can literally do that. Like, you can literally, like I said, do your 23andMe and say, oh, I'm 41% Italian, and just go. and just live your fullest, happiest life. But no, you want to sit here and be a redneck and grow out your fucking sideburns and
it's not even
Duck
just
Dynasty.
rednecks. And the worst part is it's not even just rednecks. The reality it isn't, and it's the suburban like person who is the school board president, and that's the kind of like power that white supremacy can always fit in, right? Because it can blend in so many different ways because it's the de facto standard, right? Where we've accepted that that's what that is. Sorry, wow, I'm stoned because I can't went into that for feet. And
yeah, you got to be high to say de facto.
Yeah.
But you know what like bugs me too? It's like I know a lot of these people like they probably know what I know. Like I'm not a smart man. Like they know what I'm saying right now, but they know that if they go to Italy, to Norway, to Sweden, to Germany, that they are now the second class citizen because they don't speak the language. They are just a fucking American. Yeah. Over here, they're top of the food chain. Over there, you're just fucking Chuck. What the fuck kind of name is Chuck? You know, you know what I mean?
Go eat your Twinkies, Chuck. Goodbye. Like some very Danish person just like telling you to go fuck yourself because they think they want to be eating Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, they want to be the big fish in the little pond that is America because America is a little pond. Like I said, this is a very young country.
Yeah, definitely.
There's countries that have been countries for thousands of years. They've been this, they've been that, and like they figured their shit out, and we haven't yet, and that's why we have protests every fucking week now. You know what I mean? And it's like
I feel like France has a lot of that too because they always want to smoke. The people just like I feel like every time I turn on the TV, it's either like Hong Kong or like France, like doing some shit.
Well, that's because they were
like dissent.
They were pussy during World War II, so they wanted they're tired of that rep.
But the French Revolution was hardback. Let's be real, right? Like if you think about it, these people are. If you're like a true French native, you've been there you can track your lineage for hundreds and hundreds of years. That French Revolution was hard. Like they literally grabbed the rich because they had no food, and the monarchy said their communication was to let them eat cake when nobody could even afford to buy a baguette or a piece of bread. So like the people literally rallied and said, "We want you out," and they chopped off everybody's head and ended monarchy. Like these were regular people. These weren't like trained soldiers. Like this isn't like the army turning on the president. This is like me and you, which would be fire, right? Like all three of us at the end of our nations. Like we got the president, we got him, we got the whole administration, anyone who's over 75 and. Yeah, anyone who's over 75, I'm sorry, you're all dying. Like you're just like we're gonna work our way at 75. We're probably gonna end at like 60. We're gonna be real. Maybe even if you're 55, we consider to like amputate something because you do not deserve to say shit anymore, old man. I know I'm becoming old.
You know what's annoying too?
I hope we do that. I hope we have a revolution. That would kind of be fun a little bit. If I made a guillotine on wheels. Sorry.
You know what's fucking annoying, dude? Like I know they just like made like I don't exactly know. I didn't really do too much about the gun legislation they just passed. I didn't really research too much about that because the Roe v. Wade kind of it's like it's everywhere now.
It's federal, but it addresses New York.
But one of the things that pisses me off is that all these gun nuts, because like I said, I lived in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. I lived in Pennsylvania. A lot of gun nuts out there. And the literal entire fucking point of the Second Amendment is you get guns so that your government can't fuck with you. That's the whole reason for the Second Amendment. The whole reason for the Second Amendment is like the average citizen can have a clip on them or a musket, because that's what it was in 1776. Yeah. You can get your musket. So if your government decides to like put tyranny upon you, you can overthrow your government. What do these gun nuts do? They just have them. They don't, bro. Yeah, you like all these rednecks should be really riding out, and like even at the fucking The fucking what's this?
A woman's
fucking
body is a woman's choice. Like, just
at the storming of the Capitol, nobody had the Glock on them. Like, you should have had it.
Yes, they did.
You should have.
Wait. Yes, they did. There was people found with weapons. That was part of it.
Yeah, like found, but like they didn't fire. Like you could have, going in the Capitol. You could have stood there with a sniper.
Someone got shot in the heart. That shit was hysterical.
Like, that's the whole point of the fucking Second Amendment. And then like niggas be like, "Don't tread on me." Why? So you can go to the range every Sunday? No, ride out, shoot up Nancy Pelosi.
Come on,
what?
Shit.
Okay, no, don't say that on the podcast.
Allegedly, you should shoot up your elected official. I just say, let's get the guillotine. Let's go old school. Let's get some brutality back in. I think we need to end some of these motherfuckers' lives.
And you know what's crazy, bro?
I'm tired of it. Like, the Supreme Court can be literally, you could be a Supreme Court justice for life. You get that job? What job makes sense like that? That is crazy. Like, nothing else in the world exists like that. But that you can be for life in this position? Definitely not.
Dude,
Thank you,
I said on my Instagram before I even had a TikTok, a little Instagram story. This was like 2020 maybe. I straight up said, like, politicians should not be older than like 50 and they should not have children.
Yeah.
Because your interest, especially as a father, like your interest is about your child. So like whatever will you grew up with, you're gonna want that for your child. And like you should not have children, and you should not be older than fucking 50. And here we have 80-year-old Biden falling off bikes, talking about you should vote. Did you see his shit about the Roe v. Wade thing? He's like, I can't make an executive order to overturn Roe v. Wade because that's not in the president's power. But like you have to get to the ballot in February or September. And I'm just like,
yeah, because they're worried about midterm elections more than they are anything else. It isn't a concern. They'll use it right around that time, and we'll see the campaigning probably starting in the next couple of weeks. But the reality is that, okay, I am going to say that I have a problem with one thing. People giving Biden crap for falling off the bike makes no sense. Bro, I think I've fallen off my bike 100 times. His foot got caught in a bike pedal. Like, there's a lot of things you can criticize a motherfucker over, but just because he fell on a bike, kind of weak sauce. That's just my thing. Never. I'm over it. I just needed to say it out loud. Sorry.
Were you offended on his behalf?
I was annoyed by it, because it's like a stupid thing to like be upset about. Like, it's not like there's plenty of shit to smoke old boy over. Like, a lot of things, his everything sucks. Like, but definitely on just because he fell off a bike, like, or even the fact that he stutters. Like, we've had a president with polio. Like, chill out. Like, like we literally, like, we're cool. Let's.
It will
if there's
never
a
not
speech
be,
impediment,
it will never not be funny. An old man falling off a bike. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who it is. That's hilarious.
Okay, that's funny. Time. But I think it's just like giving him shit over it is weird. Like, it was funny, right? That's the thing. Because who doesn't like seeing that shit? If I fall off a bike, it just looks comical, right? Like, you're a stupid human being trying to balance yourself on this, thing that isn't meant to be balancing. You're like, forget the fucking bike pedal, or you're just dumb and get your hook. Yeah, very funny. But I just didn't understand. It doesn't equal competency. I think that's the thing. That's what I got. Because obviously the president isn't anybody real. It's just a puppet. It is a Manchurian candidate. I just got attacked by a moth, I think. A Manchurian candidate. I think that was like the FBI letting me know, like, I'm getting way too close. You like, hold on.
You're like, quiet down now, boy.
We said hundreds, not like, like, that would be great. I'm sorry, FBI agent. I make you work a lot harder. I'm harmless. You know that. I ain't do shit. You're a danger to
society, my friend.
I'm not going to hurt like massive groups or anything. But I'm definitely going to bring out the plan to make a guillotine, because I've been thinking about that. Like, one on nice casters. Like, if you could roll it over any kind of terrain, like, it could really, and then you get like nice brakes on it, like, kind of stop it. We could even have like a receptacle, like one that like really like kind of pops out, kind of like, you ever see those like cool furnitures from like it, and this is the only thing I can think of, like Asian TikTok, like when they open up like a couch and then all of a sudden it's like 3 tables and like they pull out their Murphy bed, but it's also like a kitchen. I don't get it. Like it's like awesome shit like that. What if I could do that with a guillotine? What if I could double the guillotine as now a photo prop, right? Boom, somebody's head is about to be lopped off. You're right next to it. You get like a little splatter guard. Bah! Like that would be cool. Why wouldn't that be cool? Let's.
I love
murder.
that. Like this is such a serious episode, and like I have so many things in my notes that are so not serious. I'll give you. So what I do is I like. If we ever have like dead space, I just like bring up one of the topics from my notes just to like steer the conversation. And like some of them like only make sense to me. So like I'm gonna just read them off with you. Roll dice sandwich, peeing too far from the urinal, solidarity with people parked for a long time, Young Boy and Lil Nas X, Lightyear flopped over lesbian kiss, and Tutu Academics dad. Which out of context sounds insane. Also, lion or chicken every time you get in your car, which we talked about in the chat. So let's talk about that one.
I've been waiting for that one.
I've been waiting for that. Wait, the chicken fight? Are we talking about that?
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. So let me back it up so I can make a clip. Let me ask the question: which would you rather, fight a lion once a year or fight a chicken every time you get in your car?
We talked about this.
I'd rather fight the chicken.
Yeah, I'd rather fight the chicken because guess what? Free chicken. Free chicken.
See, here's my thing, and I said this in the chat. Here's my thing. I would rather do the lion once a year for exactly the reasons you guys are saying chicken. You think like here's the thing about if you get into your car and every time you get into your car, a ravenous fucking pissed off chicken attacks you. How many times I work from home and I still get in my car at least 2 times a day.
Hold on.
So
let's be real.
And that's
the question didn't say ravenous chicken and it didn't say ravenous lion.
You have to fight it. It's going to fight you back.
It literally every time like it just maybe you could subdue it. Maybe you could figure out a way to make friends with every chicken that you have, and then you just have like a lot of chickens. Like you got an army of chickens. Oh, right there, Joey. Army of chickens would actually be pretty cool.
Here's what I want to say. Like, okay.
Cluck, cluck.
Discounting whatever it would be like to actually fight a crazy chicken in your car every day, you're not making it one time past the line just because like the weight of a lion alone.
What, like 600 pounds? Like you, like a male lion? Yeah. Like that. I mean, think about what that looks like. Like 600 pounds of like raw power. Like
you'd have to get a new car.
All right.
Just dub that car. Like if this curse is on the car, you just walk.
No, this is on any car you own. Here from now until the time you die. Every time you get into a vehicle that you own, a chicken will fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Bro, you know what? I would do the lion if I want to die because the day I got to go to work early and I open my car door and a lion just comes fucking lunging out at me from the front seat.
Well, no.
Who's gonna
fight the lion once a year, but the lion's not in your car. It's just like an event. Like the lion just appears every December 6th in like the parking lot. You have open space to fight the lion.
Okay.
I'm still not taking that fight. Like that's just not a fight.
I'm gonna have to go with the lion once a year, of course.
What, Joey? What?
Yeah, well, because
how could you flip flop?
Because this is how this would make sense to me, right? Let's say you find out 1 year from today you have to fight a lion. Tomorrow, you start carrying a very, very large sword in your car, or understanding how to how to hide it, and you prepare, and then that one day you know what you gotta do.
Sword? You trying to hide a
in
sword?
The car. You would have to.
Okay.
Because you gotta keep it on you.
This idea of you
because one day. Because all right, Pete Gaines, he said
keep that sword on you.
Well, think about this, right? I work in a place that has a parking lot, right? So one day, I'm getting off work, walking to my car in the back of the parking lot. As soon as I click my car, a lion pops out. but I've known this was coming. So, I had the blade on me and had to slice up the lion, whatever, do what I had to do, and then go on
you
my
really
merry way.
overestimating your sword skills. Do we not know something about you? Are you a sword master?
No, you have to spend
trained that whole year.
You train for that year. You train for that year.
Okay.
And
with a sword master.
Yes, you find a way. You get on Craigslist and you find, you Google like free sword lessons. Like, what can I trade? Maybe you could trade some feet picks for some sword lessons. I'm sure there is a man who will teach you how to use a sword for some feet picks. Will his sword training be good?
Sasha,
I don't think so.
Can you find out? I feel like out of, what if we regress?
Thinking, right?
Get rid of the guns. Let's smelt all the guns and get swords. Things would actually be solved quicker.
But here's my take on the lion thing, right? You fight the chicken in the car and the lion in open space once a year, right? So with the chicken, if you lose to the chicken, or even if you win, but the chicken because I feel like you're gonna win every time with the chicken, but the chicken's gonna fuck you up. Like, you ever seen chicken talons? They're long as shit. So the chicken's gonna scratch you up. It's gonna drive you crazy. You're gonna start riding a bike to work. Like, you're just gonna be scared of this chicken, and no one's all gonna understand your pain because they're like, "Oh, nigga, a chicken? Like, you're pussy." But the lion fight, if you win that
fight,
not
gonna be a pussy
once, those are the two best years of your life. You get 1 year to prepare. If you get 1 year to prepare and train against the lion, you're gonna kill that lion. And then you can make a YouTube about it. You can like set up a whole personality around fighting this lion. And then by the time the lion fight comes, you'll win, right? Maybe you'll win only once. But that next year of your life is going to be the greatest fucking. You're going to be on Joe Rogan. You're going to get all this money.
Fantasy.
You're going to be on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you're going to be a famous YouTuber. You're going to be in Hollywood, dude. If you beat this lion one time, that next year is going to be millions.
So why don't you do it?
No one's offering. No one's sending the lions to me.
Just kill a lion. Just kill a lion. Why not just run up on one?
Well, listen, when this podcast blows up and I take a trip to Africa, yes, I will go fight lions. I've already said in this podcast I wanted to be a poacher.
Okay.
Well, this is totally my territory.
Is that fair? So is that fair? Like, so are you fighting them with hands or like just swords, or are we talking about different kinds of weapons? Because technically, you could get really creative. You could get Wile E. Coyote.
The way I see it is the chicken's in your car, right? So you can like bring a knife or a gun into your car and kill the chicken, but like, who wants to fire a gun in their car? Who wants to swing a knife in their car, cut up their seats? You know what I mean? But with a lion fight, the lion, you're coming in unarmed, but the lion's outside. So like, you can use the surroundings as weapons. And if you just happen to put a sword under somebody's car the day before, you can use that. You know what I mean?
Wow, you really thought of this one.
You can shoot the lion too, right? If you just have a gun.
I feel like a gun would be unfair. So let's take guns out of it. We'll say a blade.
Because now, kind of, if you think about it, right?
Joey just wanted the Thule. Like, it was
no. The scenario doesn't seem as fair, which makes it just less of a mind bender, like debatable question. Because like, clearly, a chicken is fucking insane and it's gonna scratch up your seats all the time, versus the one like you can train all year round and get really really good with a fucking machete and shit. Like, that almost sounds a lot easier than the chicken thing.
You don't even have to get a machete for real. Like, you could like pull somebody's like rear view mirror off and use the glass to fight the lion. You know what I mean?
I feel like we got to even it though.
You've thought this one through.
Because like every day of every car you own, that's ridiculous versus one time. Like, that's not nearly. Eventually, the amount of danger you get put in from the chicken outweighs the fucking lion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the probability that you're going to get attacked, by a lion, right, on one day in 365 days versus knowing every day you are going to be attacked by a crazy chicken. It's like, it's not
theoretically
fair. So we have to up the stakes. We got to up the stakes.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: if you beat this lion, if I fight a chicken every time I get in my car, I honestly don't think I'm living more than 2 weeks. I don't think that because that's 2 weeks. No, think about it.
Right, that's why
Think
that's
about how many times
way
you get
too
in your car.
unfair.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Today, I had to go. I worked from home today, but I went and got to the gym. I came back from the gym, and then I'm going to go out after this podcast, and I'm going to come home. That's 4 fucking chicken fights in one day, and I worked from home.
I work from home, and I haven't been in the car
one
once.
lucky blow, if a chicken lands one lucky blow in my eye, I'm blind.
Yeah.
You're not blind.
Yeah, not for real.
You're really overestimating.
Not for real.
You're really.
I think you're overestimating. Near your neck.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I've seen my grandma.
Honestly,
break necks.
Listen, in a best case scenario, you from now until 70 years old kill every single chicken every time you get in your car. In a best case scenario, you still got a fucked up car with feathers everywhere.
Yeah. Chickens are gross. They smell disgusting.
They do.
They're scratching up your seats. Their feathers are flying. They might shit before they die.
They probably just shit all the time.
So now you're spending hours a day cleaning out your car in a best case scenario. I'm taking the lion.
That's what I'm saying. What
about if you bring a date into the car? That's kind of funny. Like, I don't know. Like you're really nervous. You met this girl online, and you really got like a really special connection, and you bring your cool car. You pull up, it's your Hellcat, it's somewhere in Detroit.
You just rent cars.
And you got to be like, there's this thing that happens. There's a chicken that pops up every time, and I have to fight it to the death. So please don't be scared. I'll get in the car first. And she was like, no, I want to get in the car with you. It's okay. And I'm like, no. Sometimes these chickens. And then you think about that time it like gave you the scar that makes you look cool. Like, you go like, no, you don't want this, baby. But you power through the date. But if it's a nightmare scenario and then you opened up the car and then you realize you got to get back in the car and then the chicken just reappears magically and starts fucking up your date. You gotta be like, oh no, like you just like save yourself. No, yeah, that would be great. I don't know. I've been there.
Yeah, so I'm going with the lion every time.
I would just rent cars for the rest of my life.
Also, how much pussy would you get if you killed a lion and put it on YouTube?
Okay, so here's what I was thinking about.
Technically, a lot because a lion is like 600 pounds, so that's a lot.
Can we? And I think this is a good place. This is a good place to pin it because I think this is just a good question. You killed a lion. Do you wear the pelt?
Of course, that's your whole thing for the next year.
How are you wearing it? Here's the question. You don't think that's classy? Hold on. It doesn't have to be classy. You killed a lion.
I'll wear
Coming to America, baby.
We'll have a ring.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you going to do it like the King of Zamunda? Or are you going to do it like Hercules? Like Hercules had the... What? You get it dipped in gold or platinum?
No, here's what I'm doing. I'm wearing the pelts. I'm not going to put it over my head because I don't know how like lion mouth will mesh with my hair. But I'm going to wear it over the shoulder.
Nice fabric, bro. Get nice fabric.
Or we get some silk lining in the lion mouth.
Is that the hardest do-rag in the planet? Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Is that the hardest do-rag in the planet? Like you just put it on and then you do a wave check? Holy shit. That's the coolest thing I've ever thought about in my entire life. Oh my God. You could change it.
Silk
it is a full
lion mouth. Hold on. And then I'm gonna make a chain out of all his claws. Oh my God!
Like what? Like you don't like Black Panther, but that the necklace that was hard too. Like he put it. Oh shit!
Could you imagine being? Hold on. You fight the first lion, you win. Imagine being the second lion. You come in the fight wearing his boy. Insane. That's what? You might get another
You're
year.
in their head. You might get another year. You might not be known as the Conqueror or something like the Lion Tamer, or the Lion Lamer. I don't know. It could work. I think maybe you guys might have changed my mind a little bit, but I still think the chicken works for me. I think we can kill the chicken all the time and it'd be fun. You could even, I don't know. I think that'd be satisfying. You just stab something every time. Like you get mad, right? You got a bad day, open up the car. Bam! bam, like right in the fucking chicken. Like it's great. They're not gonna fight back that hard, bro. Like after one good stab in the fucking gut, you're not fighting a lion. Like I think that's the other thing.
But like I
you
said,
need
even after you
a
stab
team.
it, you got to reupholster your seats because it done scratched them up with his fucking giant claws.
Well, I think
National Meat
you have a
Lion.
case here, boys.
That's what I'm saying. That's not like nearly as fair to make it like more of a debatable question.
But I think it's
like,
of
course
fair
I'm gonna want to
way.
try to fight a lion once a year as opposed to every fucking day of dealing with a chicken like
several times a day.
That's way not even.
Yo, dude, imagine. All right, Christian. Imagine. I'm gonna change you right now. Imagine Joni's sick. She's like, listen, I raised your goddamn children. Can you just go out and get me some ice cream? Like, I just really want some ice cream right now. I'm so sick. It's 2 a.m, and you gotta fight your chicken to get in the car, and then again when you leave the car because there's no drive-through ice cream.
I'm okay with
there's no 2 a.m. drive-through ice cream. Dairy Queen's not open.
We gotta up it. We gotta make it like 5 lion fights in a year at random.
Ooh.
We gotta make it more even.
Could you imagine? Imagine you're taking a shit and a lion just bursts through the door.
Roar, bitch! Like, oh, what the fuck? Like you just walk
never
out
inside.
of the bathroom.
It'll always be outside. Always be outside.
Okay.
Anytime,
but that would be
a random time
like,
you step out of a building.
Who's to say I won't shit outside?
You stepped out of the building. You found out that you got to pay like $1,000 in child support, and then the lion attacks you. That's a ruined fucking like you find out.
Yeah, you just lost
like,
child support. You walk in the steps of the court. A lion pulls up.
I owe all this back child support. Oh fuck!
Time for this fade,
and
homie.
and then all of a sudden, lion comes out. You might deserve it if you owe that much in child support. Like, I think you should stress it out a little bit, like just a little bit.
But you'll be some hardback shit. So we're saying the 5 lions a year at random.
Yeah.
Imagine all 5 lions happen in the same day and you beat them all.
Okay, that's not possible.
Your dick
I think if you were to do that,
Craven the Hunter.
You're actually gonna get in trouble because at that point,
deep cuts.
You're a fucking like they're an endangered species now. Like poachers are that's frowned upon in the world. Being a poacher, you kill 5 lions in a day. I think niggas might be mad at you. Then you might get protested on. You might get protested.
But what is he supposed to do? Like not fight them? Like not like he's just like I choose nonviolence, lion. I hope you
should have ran.
Yeah, should have ran.
I love how this.
You know what? You
became
could outrun the lion. This is what that is. It is.
Yeah. Like maybe you can't just escape.
Yeah. I think I believe in that. I think that like maybe you could escape. Like that might make the lion fight possible. Like if you just like figured out how to get into your armored truck or something like that.
Dude,
if you can run away, be away for 15 minutes, then you win. You're good. Like you're safe.
If there was like a designated day, like a designated lion fight day, you would get so much pussy. Like if there was a designated day and location. All right, so for example, right? So there's a fireworks display in Detroit that happened yesterday, and it happened pretty much right outside my window. So shout out to my view. But I didn't know about this, right? So I didn't know, and then somebody told me, and then like I only knew because like I was driving and like my street was blocked off, the whole street. People set up tents. People were drinking. There's a liquor store like right across the way. The line was out the door, and this was for fireworks. The fireworks happened at 10. My street was blocked off at like 5:30. So could you imagine? And that was for fucking fireworks. Fireworks are lame as shit. So imagine fucking a lion fight. You would have thousands of people all over the streets, and then you kill the lion. You're pick of the hose, my friend. Your absolute pick of the hose. Especially if it was like by your crib. Like so for example, if I look at my window right now, there's the parking lot of my building. So if it happened like in the parking lot of my building and everybody like camped out for like hours to see it happen, I kill that lion, I'm taking 3 bitches back. No, wait, I'm taking 6 because I can only handle about 2 or 3 at a time.
Call
the rest
you
of y'all
Conan the Barbarian because you bringing them all after that conquest.
Nigga, I'm Honan. The Barbarian. And it's gonna be 6 bitches and me in this studio apartment getting crazy with lion blood still on my forehead. Oh my god.
They're licking that blood off of your forehead, bro. They're licking that blood off your forehead.
Between that thought and the tequila I just had, shout out to Terramana, the Rock Tequila, I'm horny as shit. So let's end it there.
Now, let's end it there. Now that Sasha's bricked up, let him enjoy that. I hope he finds a sunny kiss to dump his load in because, like we said, breeding is canceled. You fuckers ruined it. And I love you. Remember, we drop episodes every Thursday at 2 p.m. Because I'm stupid and I don't remember things. And I really enjoy, all the growth that we've had. I enjoy all the comments. People are chiming in, even on older stuff, which is hysterical that you guys are finding us in that form. We want you to keep finding us. We're gonna put out the content that we think is important to us because it's funny. And thank you for listening. Love you.
Yes, and follow us at National Meat Treasure on Instagram and TikTok, at NMT Pod on Facebook. Share the shit. Share it like a motherfucker. All right. This is a grassroots. We're not sponsored. We don't have there's nothing behind this. All right. This is our money, our time. We pay to do this. Like, just sharing. It's free. Even if you don't watch us, just share it. We're a friend of women, Black people, but not lions. And follow me at thin.cool.lips on TikTok and Instagram.
Fuck them lions.
Oh, yeah. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Saint Thrillah, and go stream and download Against Me by 303 BAM.
Hey, let's
also, by the way, I wanted to bring this up earlier.
By the time you hear this, it will be out.
I wanted to bring this up earlier. I don't know if we should change the intro song to a clip from the new tape, or if you guys are really locked in with with our current intro. Let us know. But either way, check out 303 BAM and download. Yeah. Again, share his shit. We're going up. And again, I've said this before on many podcasts. When this blows up, one of you who is listening, I will pay for your entire existence. I'm a simple man. I steal half my clothing. I don't have a large budget. Okay. Oh, by the way, quick tip. If you shop at Walmart, Target, whatever, get your items. Don't just walk in there and steal, right? But when you're at the checkout, just throw a shirt over your shoulder. 9 out of 10 times, don't even ask what the shit is. All right, and just walk out with it. Okay. So wow. There you go. I already made you some money.
Yeah, this is one of those podcasts that will encourage you to do crimes and be as gay as possible.
Kill your senator.
Kill them. Guillotines are us.
Kill your senator, suck dick, and steal from conglomerates.
I can definitely make a business out of that. Custom guillotines. Wow, that's a statement in front of your home. Look at this nice maple wood, wonderful.
The
rustic,
blade is just shaped like a steak.
That would be cool. Like a pencil. Let's do that. All right, sorry, Joey.
Wait,
Joey already went. He already did his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Now he's high, baby.
Now I'm high, right at the right time. Good night.